Hi, I'm Don. Welcome to my studio.
Today we paint with contrast paints. Just kidding guys. Basically, I got a comment that I'm practically painting with contrast paints by adding glaze medium or mediums in my painting. So this video is about glazing again because you all like my glazing videos. So we're glazing the red head armor of this carabao and we're also glazing the skin. Much like contrast paints though, the best undercoat for glaze painting or contrast paints is zenithal undercoat. You could actually just prime with spray cans, paint black from below the model and the middle part of the model, and then paint white primer on top. However, I'm airbrushing, and when I airbrush zenithal, I usually use grays in between the white and the black primer. Painting grays in between the white and black primer helps you produce smoother transitions. My Infinity is more than capable to paint the details or the highlights, but I want to use my Grapho. For some weird reason, you don't need to thin the paints when using the Grapho. I just flush my thinning sauce and then I put the paint and paint away. To be honest, I really don't understand why I don't need to thin the paints when using the Grapho. Notice I did not paint like the brown parts or the wooden parts with the white gray because I don't think the browns will maximize the zenithal even if I paint white gray. The skulls, the skin, the red headgear, and the horn will maximize the zenithal soon. If you've seen my other glazing videos, you'll know that I really love my mediums. It's a ton easier to use glazing medium. You add it with paints and you have a very familiar consistency rather than over thinning your paints for glazing. I could have painted red right away and then I'll have pinkish highlights if I don't do a second coat, but I wanted orange highlights, so we maximized the zenithal by painting orange first. You see, the zenithal undercoat only works or is only beneficial for the first color. I applied 3 thin coats, hair drying in between coats. Now we paint dark vermilion. We mix this with the glaze medium, roughly around 2 parts dark vermilion and 1 part glaze medium. Reds are naturally transparent, but the only benefit of using the glaze medium here is that the paint is not too runny and it won't run into the crevices of the model. Water will work fine with reds, with any red color because again they're naturally transparent, but don't thin too much. Notice that I don't paint on top of the orange, leaving it as our highlight. I'm not a fan of super smooth blending, to be honest, because I like seeing the paint strokes. It feels like or it looks more artistic to me. But if you want like smooth blending, like here, we're just retouching the orange highlight so that it blends the edges of the red paint earlier. Now we paint the skin. I added or mixed too much blue-gray and it was a fail in a way, but you'll see later why. This is one of the reasons why a few painters would claim that glazing with light colored paints is not good. That's kinda true, but it's wrong at the same time. Basically, you see results faster if you glaze with darker colors, but it's also good to glaze with the lighter colors. Again, you'll see this later in the video. Made another mistake here. I had to add more glaze medium because the dark sea green is too opaque. But as you can see, you see results really fast by glazing with a darker color. Another great thing about glaze paints is that you create soft textures, skin textures with this paint. Now we use the blue-gray paint plus glaze medium to add more highlights to the skin. Now let's glaze the pink nose. I know that Carabao have like dark gray or black noses, but this is fantasy, so let's paint it pink. Notice that I have another pool of paint with more glaze medium. This is my way of testing the color over the model. Now we paint with white glaze to add highlights to the skin and the nose of the Carabao. Some modelers or some painters will paint white paint and then glaze over that, white paint, glaze again, white paint until they fall to sleep. Just kidding. The point is, painting white glaze as highlights is faster to produce soft highlights. Now we paint with white paint as the extreme highlights of the nose. These are like the sparkles or the really high highlights that will really make the model pop. You could also add more contrast by painting purple as shadows, so you could use contrast paints or purple mixed with glaze medium and you will add more contrast to your model. That's it for now. We'll do finishing touches once I've painted the other parts of the model. I hope the video showed you that you need to buy glaze medium.
That's it, we're done. I hope you liked the video. Do like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining the channel so that you'll be part of our Discord community. Saludos!